tried and true methods to make a chorus pop in a pop song is to go up, right? Is to jump in pitch. Like if you were down here and you go up, it doesn't have to be a full octave like I just did, but if you're going up even a fifth or sometimes just a step, it really, really helps. What's up guys, welcome to LYRE's music channel where we discuss music production and songwriting. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe down below. So today I'm going to discuss 7 different tips for how you can write a better pop song. Now, I just have to give a disclaimer. There are so many different types of pop songs out there, you know, so many different subgenres. What I'm going to be focused on is pretty much classic pop songwriting, like think Katy Perry, Britney Spears, like that type of vibe. So, but I do think some of the techniques I'm going to mention will actually apply to absolutely any genre of music. So do stick around if you write and produce music that isn't just like what I just mentioned. Okay, so we're going to be using a song called Obsessed by my production partner, Elli. And it's a really fun pop song. What I'm going to be using it for is to demonstrate different techniques that I'm going to discuss. So, but I'm going to play you guys just like a little bit of the song so you can kind of know what we're working with. And if you want to go to Spotify or Apple or something like that and listen to the song, it will probably help you kind of keep, you know, on track with me as I discuss these techniques.
Love it. I tell myself to stop, but I can't stop it. No, I can't control myself the way I want it. No, it can't be good, 'cause it feels too good. I know what's wrong, but baby, I'm obsessed with you.
Okay guys, so I do get asked a lot, how do you write melodies for pop music? So what I'm gonna give you some techniques. Again, another disclaimer, please keep in mind that what's gonna make you a good songwriter is not, you know, having this list on your desk and like going over it every time you write a song. What's gonna make you amazing is actually internalizing all of these tips to the point where you don't have to think about it. Because like, think about, you know, somebody who's really good at sports, like somebody who plays basketball, for example. Like they're not holding the ball and going, okay, I'm gonna hold my elbow at a 90-degree angle, and then I'm gonna hold the ball like this, and I'm gonna engage my fingers like this. Like they don't think about those things, they just do it and they're amazing, right? It's because they have so much training. So, you know, the first, this is not like an official tip, but the first thing, like the main thing I'm gonna tell you is these things take time to internalize. So don't be kind of like freaked out if you don't really know what I'm talking about, or if these things seem hard or difficult to understand. Like, they will become a part of your subconscious and you will be able to use them in literally a split second. So, but these are the techniques. So the first technique I'm going to give you is called Rhythmic Positioning. I made up the name. I don't know what other people call it, but almost all the professional songwriters that I know use this technique. So if I were to break it down scientifically, logically, what this basically means is that you position your melody on the rhythmic grid of the song, right? Because let's say like we're in 4/4, let's just assume we're in 4/4 because it's pop music. It's rare that we're in other time signatures. So let's say we're in 4/4. So we're working in 4s. We got quarter notes, 8th notes, 16th notes, 32nd notes, like, you know, all the way from there. So what that means is that, you know, we have a structure, this grid that we're working on. And the fun thing that happens when you write pop melodies is you can play with where you position your notes on that grid rhythmically. And that's what creates a melody that might feel like it's moving really, really well. You know, one section flows into the next really naturally. Or it might feel like stagnant, boring, not quite right. Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate what this means because like I know just listening to this, it's like, what is she talking about? So I'm gonna demonstrate it on this song.
I fall asleep at night, holding my pillow like it's your body next to mine. I say it's
okay, so let's put this melody on the grid. 1, 2, 3, and I fall asleep at night, falling the do-do-do-do, your body next to mine. I wrote this, I don't know the lyrics, like ignore me. Okay, but what we can see right here is there's 1, and the melody basically comes like on the 8th note right after I've fallen, right? Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our quarter notes, and the melody comes before the 2, so it's actually on an 8th note before I fall asleep at night. Da 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 do 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 do. Your body next to mine. I say it's okay, and all of these melodies come in right there. right? And this is the verse. This is the structure of the verse. So then we go to the pre-chorus.
This ain't even love yet. I can't help but love it.
You can hear that very well because it's actually got a quarter note like that Foley beat, right? And you can hear exactly where rhythmically the melody falls, which is on the 1. This ain't even love yet, but I can't help but 1, 2, 3, right? So we're switching from that melody that comes in on the 8th note right after the first beat to one that comes in right on the 1 on the first beat. So that's a switch up, right? And that's what keeps the melody kind of moving, because I feel like if we stuck with the same placement of the first note as before, it would have started to feel like draggy and boring. All right, and then if we go to the chorus.
Oh my, tell myself to stop, but I can't stop it. Oh no.
And it goes back to that 8th note 1. Oh my, wow, I can't hit that note. Oh my, na 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 na. 3 and 1, right? Okay, so that's what we've got. And then also there's a departure in the chorus for the boy, I know it's wrong with baby, this part.
Know what's wrong with, cause it feels too good. Yeah. Know what's wrong with, baby, I'm obsessed.
Okay, we're going back to starting the melody on the 1. Yeah, I know it's wrong. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the song is actually very, very simple when it comes to that. A lot of the times what we do is we'll have a song starting, let's say on the 2nd beat, is a 1 melody, right? Or on the 3rd, or sometimes on the 4th, which means it's like the bar before the song starts, if that makes any kind of sense. So a lot of the times it's like a pretty wide variation, but you know, we're playing usually with 8th notes or quarter notes here. Like it's rare that something will like kind of come in on the 16th or something. That's more the realm of like R&B, hip hop, where like there's a lot of rhythm. So usually for pop, it's like, you know, you started on different quarter notes or on different 8th notes. So this is something, again, this is really tough to like think about this when you're actually writing the song, but you can sometimes, let's say you're struggling to write a pre-chorus, you can be like, I think my pre-chorus sucks because it sounds the same as like the verse before, it starts exactly the same. You can kind of move your rhythm. And this is not only just for beginnings of phrases, this can also work for where phrases end, or also for like sort of like important points in the middle of the phrase. So you can kind of like break things down if something's not working and figure out why. And a lot of the times it's for this reason. All right guys, so the next tip I'm gonna give you is called Rhythmic Dynamics. So this is a little bit similar to what I was just talking about with rhythmic positioning, but this like affects basically the rhythm of your melodies throughout the song, you know, mostly not necessarily just the beginnings and the endings, but like really how the rhythm of every little part and subpart flows into the next. So now I'm not just talking verse, chorus, pre-chorus, post, right? I'm talking about like even like basically transitions within the verse, within the chorus. So I'm gonna demonstrate by playing this chorus and analyzing it.
Oh my, tell myself to stop, but I can't stop it. Oh no, I can't control myself the way I want it. No, it can't be good, cause it feels too good. Yeah. Know what's wrong with, baby, I'm obsessed with you.
Okay, so you can hear there's 3 type of rhythms, right, in this chorus. So the first is the main part of the melody. Let's just call it that. It's the oh my, I tell myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like it's got like that 8th note kind of vibe. Ta tu tu ta ta tu tu ta tu tu ta 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 ta. That's the rhythm, right? So then we've got this part right here.
No, it can't be good, cause it feels too good. Yeah.
So we've got 1, 2, no, it can't be good, cause it feels too good. So first of all, it starts on 1, 2, da da da. It anticipates the 3rd beat, right? And it's a very different melody. It's got triplets, da 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 da, da 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 da. It's got like 6, I think there's 16 from those triplets. Like, don't quote me on that, but it's a big rhythmic switch up from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's where we were before. Now we're da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, so we're really switching that dynamic, and immediately it's like grabs your attention. Oh, it got faster, right? And then after that, we have this melody.
Know what's wrong with, baby? Know what's wrong with, baby? I'm obsessed with you.
Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It starts on the 1 and it has that like do 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 do, that 16th note right after. So again, it's a very big switch up. So, and then there's melodically things going on to support these rhythms, which I can discuss in a minute. But that's, that happens if you listen to this song or any like pop song that like sounds good. You will hear that there's a lot of rhythmic switch ups. Like if you stay on the same rhythm over and over and over again, it's tough. It's tough to like keep the attention. So that's a good trick that you can use to make your pop song more exciting. All right, so the next tip I'm gonna give you guys has to do with melody pitch. So, and I'm gonna specifically focus on ascension, descent, and pedaling. Okay, big words. What are those things? So to me, ascension is when a melody goes up in pitch. For example, an example of this song is, yeah, I know it's wrong, well, baby, I'm obsessed with you. Yeah, sorry, can't have that. I'm not really trying. So that's an ascending melody, means it goes up, right? A descending melody is actually the melody at the top of this chorus. Oh my, I tell myself to stop. It's going do, 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 right? It's like, it goes down. Okay, so, and then an example of pedaling, or like very similar pedaling, is, no, it can't be good, because it feels so good. All right, so like, I mean, yeah, it goes up at the end and it goes down at the end, but really we're staying on one note for the majority of the melody. So that's what pedaling is, like, you're pressing the pedal, you're staying, right? Okay, so this is one of the biggest tricks I think used in pop music. The melody either goes up, it either goes down, or it stays. And that's how you craft pretty much everything, right? And it's, again, you have to internalize this. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna, write my melodies like to make sure that it alternates, whether it goes up, whether it goes down, or whether it stays. Like, it can be a little bit like, you have to get used to thinking this way and you have to internalize it. But it is a thing that you will find in most pop music. Like, one of the biggest sort of like tried and true methods to make a chorus pop in the pop song is to go up, right? Is to jump in pitch. Like if you were down here and you go up, it doesn't have to be a full octave like I just did, but if you're going up even a fifth or sometimes just a step, it really, really helps. So, and you can see even in this melody, like in the verses, how the techniques are being used.
I fall asleep at night, holding my pillow like it's your body next to.
Okay, all right, so the first melody is pretty much pedaling. We only go down one step, da 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 da, and then we go up a bit, do 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 do, descend, ascend, and then descend, da 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 da, do 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 do. Okay, so we're just playing with like staying up, down, really down, back again. All right, and then the pre-chorus is, this ain't even love, yeah, but I can't help but love it. We're going up and down, but really staying in this pitch, right? And then we really fly up for the chorus. So this is actually like a pretty classic pop song, the way the melodies are written. Like, it's really, really, really classic. A lot of what's going on right now with a lot of super modern pop music is they actually are breaking down these rules. Maybe the chorus goes up, pre-chorus goes up really high and the chorus drops. So there's a lot of ways that you can do it. You don't have to stay with these classic rules. I even hate the word rules. Like, there's no rules, but these are just techniques for you to like use in whatever it is that you're doing, that if you're using them right, they will make your song better for sure. Okay, so the next tip I'm gonna give you guys is melodic repetition. So what do I mean by that? I mean repeating very similar type of melodies or the same melodies. This is probably very, like, most of you guys are aware of this, because like this is what we talk about when we say the song is catchy, right? It repeats lyrics, it repeats melodies, and it gets stuck in your ear, right? It's stuck in your head. So just to demonstrate it on this song, it has quite a bit of repetition. So even starting with the chorus.
To stop her, I can't stop it. I tell myself to stop her, I can't stop it. Oh no, I can't control.
Immediately we know that the first two lines of the chorus are the exact same melody. All right, so we've got da 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 da. Again, da 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 do 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 do. It's just got like a little bit like of a different ending, but it's basically the same. After that we got, no, it can't be good because it feels too good. It's very similar. It doesn't have to be repeated like 100%, but just having the ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum at the top, that's what makes it catchy. And then of course we have the mirroring repetition of the, yeah, no, it's wrong, my baby, right? Because that happens at in the middle of the chorus, and it happens at the very end of the chorus. And I don't think I'm lying. I think like the lyrics are exactly the same too, which reinforces the melody being exactly the same, right? So yeah, if you're writing pop music, repeat as many things as you can, because that's what makes it catchy. Okay, so the next tip I'm gonna give you guys is about rhyming. So there's traditionally two types of rhyming, which is hard rhyming and soft rhyming. I would also say this is not rhyming, but this falls into this category in my brain. Repetition of words instead of rhymes is also like a valid way to create the effect that you're looking for, which is the exact same vowel being repeated, right? So we've got soft rhyming, hard rhyming, and repetition. So let's look at these lyrics of the song. Okay, so we've got immediately, I fall asleep at night. All right, the next rhyme for that is your body next to mine. That's a soft rhyme. Okay, why? Because night and mine rhyme as far as the vowel I, but it doesn't rhyme as far as the consonant at the end. We've got night and we've got mine. So, you know, I personally am like really into soft rhyming. Like I'm not somebody who's like, oh, it has to be all hard rhymes. Like, night and might would be a hard rhyme. You know what I mean? A lot of the times for modern pop music, it almost makes it feel like dirtier in a good way. If it's a soft rhyme, it's more like casual, colloquial, as opposed to like, oh, proper rhyming, right? So sometimes proper rhyming is really cool if the rhyme makes sense, but you know, a lot of pop music, it's soft rhyming, or what you can see right here, excuse and excuse, bad excuse, right? We're repeating, or we're not even trying to rhyme, we're just repeating bad excuse, and it actually makes a song catchier, right? So you can get away with quite a bit. Kissing you, face the truth. Again, it's a soft rhyme. Stop it, want it, soft rhyme. So yeah, you know, it's a very, very simple tip, but I think like a lot of newer songwriters, they look at true rhymes and they're, you know, disappointed when there's not that many of them, and then they pick a word that maybe is not actually what they're trying to say, but like because it rhymes. So I would just strongly recommend like getting a soft rhyming dictionary. Something like B Rhymes is a soft rhyming dictionary. It's really, really good. But one of the main things too I would say about rhyming is get your rhymes in your head. Like you can use the dictionaries, we all use them. Every single professional songwriter I work with uses rhyming dictionaries. Like it's fine, there's no problem. But it helps you write quicker, it helps you be more on your toes when you just have a lot of rhymes like internalized. I use this word a lot in this video because internalizing is really, really important for these techniques. You a lot of the times just want to be in flow. You don't want to be in, you know, looking up words, wondering like, oh, what is the rhythmic positioning of this melody? You just want to be doing it. So that's why you want to practice these techniques. Okay, so the next quick tip I'm going to give you guys is about title positioning. Okay, so titles are very important in pop music. Obviously, you know, it's the title. That's what we know the song by. And there's some like tried and true methods for where people put their titles. There's been a lot of people breaking these rules these days. You see it, but even some of the most experimental artists a lot of the times use these techniques. Like I would consider Billie Eilish to be a really, like, and Phineas to be very experimental artists. Like they do a lot of unusual things, which is amazing. But a lot of the techniques, like if you look at the song Bad Guy, I'm the bad guy, the title comes in at the end of the chorus, right? And that is a like time-tested technique that's been around for like 50, 60, 70 years or something. Like, so, and you know, right here in the song Obsessed again. So the title is Obsessed, and it's at the end of the section A and section, basically like this AA like structure, right? Because it's basically the same like melodic and rhythmic structure right here and right here. So and at the end of each of these sections, you know, we've got I'm obsessed with you, that rhythm and that line. You know, I'm not ending on obsessed, but at the same time, we're, you know, the title is basically at the end of both of these sections. Go. Okay, and another place that people often put their title is the very first line. Like think, I don't know, California Girls by Katy Perry. California, first line of the chorus. Here she is, right? Like it arrives, it like lets you know this is what the song is called. Again, this is not like, you know, this is not a rule necessarily, but a lot of the times if you're writing like a classic pop song especially, and or beginning of your chorus is where you want your title to be. Okay, so in the last tip I'm gonna give you guys is lyrical repetition. So we've talked about melodic repetition, you know, drilling in the melodies into people's heads. This is drilling in the lyrics, which probably is as important or more important, or it kind of works in combination, you know, the catchy tune and the catchy lyric, like stuck in your head. So right here in the song Obsessed, you can really see a lot of that technique being used. For example,
Can't help but love it. Oh my, tell myself to stop, but I can't stop it. Oh no.
okay, all right, God, oh my, oh no. You know, they're not the exact same words, but you know that oh my, we just repeated that. Oh no. It's very similar, and it kind of gets stuck in your head like immediately, right? So again, this is, yeah, no, it's wrong, but baby, I'm obsessed with you. It's repeated twice in the chorus, and it keeps repeating throughout the chorus. Okay, so again, we've got a lyrical repetition. We've got a thing that we can just like remember and sing along very quickly. So again, this bad excuse, I already mentioned that bad excuse, we're repeating that, drilling that in, you know, finding a catchy moment even in the verse, right? And a lot of really, if you analyze a lot of really well-written pop songs, you will find hooks, because this is what this is basically. It's a hook, it's a lyrical and melodic hook, and you will find them in the verse, in the pre, and in the chorus. You know, right here, this ain't even love yet, but I can't help but love it. Love yet, love it sound pretty much the same, and it's the same melody. So boom, another hook. So hooks are very important for pop music. You know, even the most experimental pop music, if you really listen, there's hooks in there for sure. Sometimes it's track hooks, sometimes it's like, you know, vocal chop where like a horn is doing something or string is doing something, or synth. So, you know, but you want those hooks, you want them built into the melodies as much as possible, especially if you're writing like classic pop songs. So, and anyway, those are my 7 tips. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. Obviously, I didn't cover everything there is to know about songwriting. This is just like so, you know, covering some of the basics. There's many more things. So if you guys have questions, ideas for further videos that I can do, like I'm so receptive, I would love to hear them. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.